Hello, I'm Alex Jakes. Welcome to the official career mode deep dive of EA Sports F1 24.
Today is finally the day we can talk about F1 24's all new revamped career modes and all of the additions that they made this year in the deep dive trailer, which just got announced. I want to talk about why I don't think this is the overhaul that we were promised. We'll get into that in a bit. What is up, guys? My name is Ben, and I make Formula One gaming videos. I've been doing this for a long time, since F1 2010, so I've been around a little while, and I kind of get a good sense of what the community is wanting out of a Formula One game. Let's get into all the details, because there's quite a lot to go over in today's deep dive. All right, we're going to read through the press release from EA Codemasters. They say, be one of the 20, define your legacy in F1 24. As we go through, I'll overlay some B-roll and give you guys some context to what we're talking about from the deep dive video. Anyway, F1 24 delivers Codemasters' most significant upgrade to career mode since 2016, which I might add isn't that difficult because there hasn't been a major upgrade to career mode since about 2016. They're not talking about my team. My team is separate to career mode. I think that's a bit of marketing at play. Driver career reimagined. We've evolved our approach to driver career in F1 24, including a single player experience that mirrors the challenges that drivers face in the real paddock. The revamped driver career allows you to live the life of a real driver in more ways than one. For the first time, you can take the title fight through the eyes of one of the 20 stars of the current F1 season or step into the shoes of an up-and-coming talent in F2. So whether you want to race in F1 or F2, the journey is up to you. You can race as a driver, you can race as an icon. The choice is really up to you, which from that perspective, that's really cool. You can build your own storyline. Two of the new icons this year are Nigel Mansell or James Hunt. So cool to see those additions in. And as you can see there, you can create your own custom character as you always have. Let's go to recognition. The recognition system is brand new this year. So let's have a look at what they've been cooking. Our new career mode is powered by the driver recognition system, which gives more weight to every decision you make on and off the track. You'll be tasked with specific goals during race weekends, contract targets, and season-long specific goals. These feed into the driver recognition system and allow you to build a more meaningful and personalized standing within the paddock. Your progress in driver career is now revolving around recognition, and now this replaces the acclaim system of what we've had in the past. Your recognition gives you the means to approach other teams with some bargaining power for secret meetings, contract talks, whatever it might be, or establishing a long-term goal with your current team. You can sign multi-year contracts now in career, and by doing long-term contracts, you build your loyalty and you get better perks with your team by doing that. But the big talking point is secret meetings. I did play F1 24 a couple of months ago, and I'll use a real world example. I was racing as Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes, and I didn't get the choice of what team approached me, but McLaren decided to reach out to Lewis. I engaged in a secret meeting. He's not dressed in overalls, anything to do with Merc. It's just like civilian clothing in a random room somewhere, talking with McLaren, and we went over the course of about 6-7 races. There was 2 meetings in the first 8 races, I believe, and we were just discussing the terms of what it might look like to work with McLaren. And up until the point that I got up to, Mercedes hadn't found out yet whether I was going to sign with McLaren. And if they did get, word of us signing with that team, then our recognition would have gone down with Mercedes, and they would not have looked favorably upon us. But the caveat to this is I believe that there's no mid-season transfers in career mode anymore. I can see that as both a positive and a negative. If you want to get out of a crap team very quickly, mid-season transfers are very good. But if you're stuck with a crap team, then you're in the mud. Another huge talking point with F1 24 is the research and development changes, and I really like this. Now, the driver individually gets their own resource points, and your teammate gets individual resource points as well. So essentially what this means is now you can split development. You can go for air upgrades. Your teammate can go for engine upgrades, and you kind of end up with a kind of different mini spec of car. But at the end of the day, you kind of come around and have these same upgrades by the end of the season. The R&D system hasn't overall changed that much. Just the structure of how it works has. So this now comes down to the recognition that you have. So, for example, if you're Max Verstappen and you're favored massively by the team, let's say you've got like a 70% split of recognition, I think it is, you'll have access to getting the upgrades first. You'll get simultaneous developments. You might get a secret upgrade first. Essentially, what this replaces, like, you're still getting the same features we've had in career modes gone by, but they've just changed the way that they are displayed. It says here that as your reputation grows, you'll see that the team is more motivated to design and build new parts. As a result, you'll find that upgrades are produced far quicker and with a smaller chance of parts failing. So naturally, as you progress, the efficiency of the team will overall get a lot better. You'll also get the opportunity to build secret upgrades through the season, aiding you in building a budding championship winning team and staying ahead on the grid. So yeah, if you're the dominant driver within the team, then you'll get access to those secret upgrades first. It's just a case of progressing through the recognition system to unlock those perks to make the research and development speed up. Now, this one is really cool. I didn't see this one coming. Once you complete a full season, you'll encounter challenges through season modifiers to make sure that no two seasons are the same. If you're watching like my career mode or another YouTuber's career mode, or even your own career modes, you can have things that make upgrades more expensive, or you can run into chip shortages, which we've had in real life, so quite relevant. Or you can have other things which limit you to one upgrade per month. On top of this, some modifiers restrict you to aero-only or chassis-only upgrades. I wonder for how long, though. If that's a season-long thing of only doing aero or only chassis, then that's gonna be bad. If say you have the best aero and you've got all the upgrades, but you can only do air upgrades, but you've got no air upgrades to do, but your rivals can catch up to you. I think that's insane. I do really like that, and it spices up the long-term nature of career mode. So that's a welcome change. Thank you, Codemasters.
Brand new for Driver Career in F1 24 is Accolades. These are long-term milestones tied to each driver and based on their real-world F1 achievements. If you're venturing into Driver Career as your custom driver, you'll be working with a blank slate.
Now, driver accolades, I really enjoy as a career mode nerd, if you will. This gives you long-term objectives, long-term goals to strive for in your career. So, for example, you'll have race starts, you'll have top 10 finishes, podium finishes, championship points, and championship top 5s. And achieving those accolades gives you, in this example, gives you experience, which I think will reflect on your driver's rating. Now you'll be given a driver rating, which will be really cool to see how you stack up against your real life companions, and then you can flex your driver rating on your friends or whatever it might be. But it just gives you that. It's almost like a leaderboard kind of thing. It gives you things to strive for in the future. If you've won the championship or won the constructors or whatever, it just gives you, once you've achieved what you've set out to achieve, it gives you bonus side quests, if you will, to try and aim for, which I think is really, really good. And it's just cool as a nerd to just see how your stats are tracked over the course of the career. Race starts, points, finishes, podiums. It would be funny to see one for crashes or disqualifications, maybe even flashbacks. Of course, not me. I don't use those. As you can see, that button is very rusty on my wheel. I don't even have a button for it because I never use it. 2-player career then. This is a brief blurb, but basically everything you see in driver career is available in 2-player career, from the secret meetings to the accolades to the recognition system. It's all there. Now, this is a brand new addition to career modes, and I hope it gets taken well by the community because I could see it going either way, to be honest.
Introducing Challenge Career, an all-new mode where drivers compete in single-player events. This mode features shorter, bespoke driver careers where you're put into the shoes of an existing driver and team. Each challenge career features identical conditions, drivers and circuits, and you compete to earn campaign points and a spot on the global leaderboard.
Think of this as a scenario mode. Everyone is given the same scenario, so like Lando Norris at Silverstone, for example, you jump in the car for a race and you set the difficulty, and the quicker you can get the challenge done, the more points you'll get, the more people you can overtake, the better the points you'll get. If you have minimal penalties, I'm assuming minimal assists will also give you a better global leaderboards. And yeah, there's challenges every week. You go through it. And then whoever's at the top of the leaderboard in the whole world is the champion of Challenge Career. This is something I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into on my Twitch to make it a streaming series. So if that's something you guys want to see, check out my Twitch, link in the description. It's going to be interesting to see how this is taken by the public. What it comes down to is motivating the players to incentivize playing through this. There needs to be some kind of reward for completing the Challenge Career, whether that be customization options or helmets or whatever it might be. And also incentivizing people to play against their friends, to beat their friends. If you can do those two things, then this will be a massive success. That's going to be the biggest challenge, is getting people to actually play this mode, because they've tried to do stuff like this in the past with weekly events or F1 World, for example. But if it's not taken up by the players, it won't be a success. Hopefully it is. I'll definitely give it a go at the start of the game. And that is all the updates to career mode on F1 24. We are, however, getting some gameplay, a first look on the 29th of April. So that is this Monday coming up. So stay tuned for that. I'll definitely make a video on the deep dive of gameplay, and then we can truly get a gauge of what we're in store for with F1 24. Now, EA have branded this as a revamped career mode, the biggest update to career since 2016. Now, while these updates are good, and I appreciate them, there's a lot of quality of life updates in here. There's nothing overtly revolutionary that we're seeing here in this career mode. There's, new cutscenes. There's the new R&D system. All the screens and stuff still work the same within the menus of R&D. It's going to have the same feel. So once the polish of the brand new features kind of wears off after the first few weeks, I do worry that maybe people will get bored of this game pretty quickly. That is my worry as a content creator, because we have to keep you guys engaged for the whole year, and you guys want to be engaged with the game for the whole year. There's just nothing in there that's like completely brand new, like my team, for example, where you could make your own career from the make your own F1 team from the ground up. This year would have been the perfect opportunity to bring in more customization options for the driver, personal sponsors on the helmet. Added layers like that go a long way to making you feel like you're part of the paddock, part of the F1 world, if you will. We could have explored a more personal look at what the drivers go through as they're coming up in their career, the relationship that they have with their driver manager, exploring elements that we've seen in things like Breaking Point, for example, the POV of the drivers in their motorhome, for example, the stresses, the pressures of coming up through your career, like I mentioned. None of that is really explored in this revamped driver career, and I think Codemasters are missing a big trick here by not tapping into some of that experience. I would have liked to have seen like an FIA prize giving gala or something where you get the trophy, exclusive cutscenes at the end of the season, something that rewards you for playing through the whole career and achieving what you set out to achieve. Things like pre-season testing could have a massive impact on how the season unfolds. There's like nothing. There's nothing like that. The gameplay is relatively still the same. The menu has a fairly familiar look. I just don't think this looks like a revamped career mode to me. I think it's a lot of marketing spin, a lot of buzzwords to make it seem like it's more revolutionary than what it is. I think it's a nice refresh. It's a nice update, but it's not a completely different career mode than what we're used to. That is my thoughts with F1 24. That said, I am excited to get stuck in. I think it will be great, but will people get bored? I was hoping for a big update to my team this year, but unfortunately, we're not getting that. We're going to have to wait at least another year for that. So let me know what your thoughts are with F1 24. I'm both excited, slightly apprehensive. Hopefully, it's good. We have to bear in mind that for the last few years, we haven't got any updates to career mode at all. So at least this year, we're getting those updates. So fingers crossed, it's the F1 game that we've been wanting to play. Of course, there's the massive changes to the handling, which they covered in their deep dive video the other day. Go check that out if you want to see it. But the handling and the raw gameplay of F1 will feel quite a bit different when you get your hands on it at the end of May. But for career modes, I was hoping for something untangible we've not seen before. New cutscenes are nice, new graphics are nice too, but I would have liked to have seen something completely fresh like we had with my team. That's my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're excited for F1 24. Leave your comments down below. And I'm really eager to see what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.